Okay, so we're talking skin health, skincare products. As I say, we'll get your calls here in our next segment, 844-236-6010. There's two ways to buy a skincare product, or rather to make a skincare buying decision, skincare product buying decision. You can make it your decision based on how a product feels or what a product will do for your skin. Neither is good or neither is bad. You just got to know what you're looking for. Problem comes for when we confuse our two motivations. When we think that because a product feels good that it's doing something for the skin. Conflating feel good with does something. Feel good with doing something. That's not true. Just because a product feels like something's happening on the skin doesn't mean anything's really happening. Skincare companies know how to make things feel a certain way. And for the most part, when you feel a product on your skin, you're not feeling your skin, you're feeling the product. And we have been led to believe that this is moisturization. Sometimes people will put on a product on their skin and they'll go, oh, that's not very moisturizing. What they really mean is that the product went down deep into the lower levels of the skin and they can no longer feel the product. This is not moisturization. This is a hypnotic trance. If we believe that the oil and the wax and the grease and the gook and the yuckiness of a skincare lotion or cream on the surface of the skin is moisturization, we're in a hypnotic trance. And it's a hypnotic trance we're encouraged to feel by skincare companies who make a lot of money selling grease and a lot of money selling wax and a lot of money selling oil. Your typical skincare product is made up of wax and grease and oil and water and a little tiny smattering, if we're lucky, of an active material. Is that what we really want from a skincare product? Wax and oil and grease on the surface of the skin? Now, I'm not saying that's bad to rub something on your skin and say, oh, I'm moisturized, or oh, that feels good. There's nothing wrong with the sensual nature of a skincare product. It feels like something's happening. That's great. But the problem comes from when we're led to believe that we're actually doing something to our skin. We're creating a change in the skin. Now, we've been talking about high hyaluronic acid, one of the most important components in the structure of the skin. We've been talking about how it's important for the internal part of the body, how it's an important part of skin health, an important part of the health of our internal organs, an important part of bone health and connective tissue health. But what's not going to happen is you're not going to be able to rub high hyaluronic acid, as important as it is, on the surface of the skin and do anything for the internal nature of your skin, the internal structure of your skin. Not that you're not going to get any benefits by putting HA on the surface. You may get some skin softening benefits. You may get some stratum corneum, that is the surface of the skin, benefits. You may plasticize it or liquefy it or somehow make it a little bit more pliable so it's not as uncomfortable, but you're not going to create permanent changes by rubbing it on the surface of the skin. If you really want to upregulate, the best word in all of nutrition and health, upregulate, increase, if you really want to get more high hyaluronic acid in your skin, you want to learn how to exercise your skin. You want to learn how to stimulate or turn on the metabolism, the chemistry of the skin. And there's lots of ways of doing this. I call it skin exercise. And I'm not talking about muscle exercise or skin muscle exercise, as important as that is. Yes, it's important to do contracting and relaxing exercises for your face, and you'll get some connective tissue benefits that way, and that's great. But that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about skin exercise. When I talk about skin exercise, I'm talking about increasing the production of high hyaluronic acid and moisture factors and growth hormones and natural sun protection and healing molecules in the skin. Exercising or stimulating or improving the movement, the dynamic nature of skin cells and their chemical byproducts like high hyaluronic acid and squalane and cholesterol, and these are all very important for keeping the skin healthy. Yes, cholesterol, very, very important. Like cholesterol is one of the most important molecules in the entire body. It's one of the most important molecules in the skin. Statin drugs are associated with skin dryness for good reason, because they suppress cholesterol production not just in the liver but also in the skin. In any case, upregulating, increasing the production of cholesterol, squalane, high hyaluronic acid, growth factors, etc., is an awesome strategy for keeping your skin healthy. And by far and away, the most important and topically relevant way to exercise your skin is by dropping the pH. That is making the skin more acidic. The skin is already acidic. Healthy skin is. If you have psoriasis or you have eczema or you have a skin health issue, chances are your skin is not as acidic as it needs to be. Alkaline or high pH skin, relatively high pH skin, is associated with various skin diseases. So dropping the pH of the skin temporarily, the skin will buffer itself back up to where it needs to be, which is slightly acidic. The pH of the skin is right around Probably if your skin is healthy, it's probably around 4.5 to 5.5, somewhere in there. But dropping the pH of the skin down to 3-ish, that can have a very important stimulating effect. That's what I mean by skin exercise. I'm talking about dropping the pH, making the skin more acidic. Now, if you're lifting weights, I say no pain, no gain, right? If you're lifting weights and you lift your weights, you just do your curls. Let's take curls for an example. You do your curls, you're going to get some nice muscle building benefits. But if you get to the point where you're feeling a burn, you're going to get even better benefits, even more benefits. If you lift weights, you do 5 reps, say, with a 20-pound dumbbell. You do curls, say 5 repetitions. You're going to get some good muscle building effects. You'll definitely build some muscle. But if you go to the place where you feel the burn, you're going to get even better effects. And what is that burn? What has that got to do with the skin? Well, hang tight. We'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll get your calls as well. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back after this.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
For health and vitality for you, your family, and friends, get the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity, as recommended by registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
If you're a junk food junkie, getting on the Healthy Start Pack is one of the best ways to wean yourself off of processed snack foods and start putting good nutrition in your body. If you have a loved one who's dealing with heart disease or any health challenge, the Healthy Start Pack makes a great gift. If you have a grandparent or a parent in a nursing home, you will be amazed at the difference a once-a-day dose of the Healthy Start Pack will make in your loved one's energy levels, in their memory, in their mood, and in their general outlook on life.
Give the gift of optimal health to your loved ones and order the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470 or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
I wanted to just tell you a little bit more about dropping the pH of the skin. You can use glycolic acid, and most women know about glycolic acid. Women being more hip to skincare than guys are. Lactic acid, glycolic acid, apple cider vinegar, red wine, lemon juice, which contains citric acid or lime juice, kiwi juice, fruit juices of all kinds, orange juice even. You can make your own skincare toners. Well, you know what? We'll talk about this tomorrow. We'll talk about dropping the pH, making the skin more acidic. Keeping in mind, by the way, that the skin will buffer itself back up again. It will raise the pH, its pH back up again to where it needs to be. So you're not going to do any permanent changes to the skin, but just that little bolt of acid, much like when you lift weights, you get a little jolt of lactic acid. Lactic acid acts as a growth hormone. Did you know lactic acid is a growth hormone inside the body? It's not a hormone, but a growth substance. It stimulates growth. Lactic acid turns on growth inside the body for muscles. That's why you feel the burn. Likewise, it does the same thing on the skin. We'll talk about that tomorrow as we continue talking skin exercise, skin health, ingredients that work and ingredients that don't on the bright side. All right, let's hit our phones, 844-236-6010. Joe in Pennsylvania. Joe Pa, as they say. What's up, Joe Pa?
Yeah,
Joe
hi, Ben.
How you doing?
Good morning, and thanks for what you do. We need more advocates like you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, we hear you on Coast to Coast. You're certainly an asset there, and I'm a longtime listener there. And I just recently spoke to you, and they must have been in some kind of a hurry because they kind of rushed me out before I got a chance to speak to you about two people that I had in mind. I spoke to you about Dr. George Von Tassel, the Integratron.
Oh, yes. That was the Integratron. I remember you. I remember your voice. Was it on Coast to Coast we talked, right?
Yes, that's correct. And then there was another person who was responsible for bringing out the most powerful microscope, and that was Royal Rife, Dr. Royal Rife.
Oh, yes, Royal Rife. In fact, that's the guy I was trying to think of when we were talking about radionics, right? That was with George on Coast to Coast. Yeah, I was trying to think of his name. I couldn't think of his name. And they mentioned Abrams, who's the guy who came up with the whole concept. But go ahead. You're going to talk about the Rife machine? Is that what you're talking about? Tell us a little bit about it. I got a couple calls I want to get to, so do it as quickly as you can here, Joe. And you can always call back tomorrow. We'll have more time to talk if you like.
Okay, real good, Ben. Well, just summarize it quick for your audience there. This gentleman was responsible for bringing out the most powerful microscope in the early 1920s, and then his technology evolved into an open tube technology where it would be somewhere around the ultrasonic range of electromagnetics to influence the body at different nodal points of the human body. And he had astounding results. He traveled the country curing tuberculosis and cancer. And I always thought, why did they take that technology? Why did they suppress that technology? And he just had such good results, and I just never realized why they suppressed that technology. Maybe
Do you realize now? Do you realize now? They're not interested in helping people necessarily if they can't bill them. Unfortunately, that's the way our healthcare system works. Did I explain the Integratron correctly, by the way? It is a sound machine, right?
Yeah, well, it's not just a sound machine. That was the whole gamut. That went from the DC range all the way up into electromagnetic, subsonic, from subsonic up into way above radio frequencies. And all the research I've done on it in the last 20 years, I'm a scientist myself.
What do you do?
Not a bioscientist.
Biology? Did you say biology?
No, I'm engineering, electrical engineering.
You sound like an interesting guy, Joe. I hate to cut you off. I'd love to talk to you. Why don't you do this? Can you shoot me an email with your phone number, and you and I can have a personal conversation, and maybe we can have you on, and you can give you a little bit more time to explain some of these ideas?
Yeah, where can I find your email?
Send me an email, Ben, B-E-N, at ksco.com. K for King, S for Sam, C for Cat, O for Oscar. And put your phone number on there, Joe, and I'd love to have a conversation with you, and then we can have you back on, and I'll give you a little bit more time to talk, because you got some interesting things to say, and I hate to rush you. Okay?
Very good, Ben.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thanks for the kind words.
Bye.
God bless you, man. All right, Angela in Florida, what's up? Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hi, Pharmacist Ben. I also want to start off by thanking you for releasing your truth treatment.
Have you used them?
I am a proud owner of the retinol cream and the omega-6 healing cream.
Oh, that's awesome. That's the perfect pair, by the way. So tell me a little bit about how you're using them. Tell the listeners as well.
Well, I just got them in my hands about a week ago, and I'm already seeing the kind of results going through. But
don't overuse that retinol. It's powerful. And you're using the omega-6 healing cream after you use the retinol the next day? How are you using that?
Right. So I'll start off with a little bit of the gel, from the retinol gel, and I will work that into my face while my face is a little wet. It'll dry nicely, and then maybe a day and a half, I'll start to see the sloughing off. And it's a lot of sloughing. I don't know if that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. Yes, that sloughing is stimulating new collagen, new moisture factors, getting rid of dark spots, all of that. And then you use the omega-6 healing cream?
Right. When all that starts happening, it really starts breaking up the skin. I'll wash my face again, take off the little flakes gently, and then I'll put on the healing cream. But I also wear makeup. I'm not sure if that makes...
Well, that's not great. We're going to get to where you don't need makeup, Angela. And then how long did you take? You notice results in one dose or two doses?
As far as the sloughing, yeah. It was the first time I tried it on the next day.
Oh, that's beautiful. Good deal. Don't overuse that. That retinol is going to last you 4 or 5 months. That $179 is like $20 a month, or maybe $25 a month when you add it all up, because it's going to last you a long time. Thanks for that. I appreciate you saying that. How can we help you today?
I wanted to talk about this 2% vitamin K cream I have from Laviva. I'm using it for my dark circles, which I've had forever, and I think it's due to
circulation.
Blood. Right.
It's not a skin problem. It's not a skin issue. It's a circulation issue. It's very common. Even kids will get dark circles under their eyes when they have food allergies, and that's really a clue to what's going on. When you see dark circles under the eyes, it is not a skin issue. It is a circulation issue, and you're actually peering into the blood vessels that are located close to the surface, and where the skin is very thin underneath the eyes. So you're actually looking in at your circulation, and you're seeing the pigments, blood pigments, that are leaking out of vessels. It could have to do with bruising, or it could have to do with poor circulation, but either way, it has to do with the circulatory system, either the movement of blood or a breakdown in the blood vessels. So you want to focus on blood movement, circulation, and that means, number one, moving your body around, and number two, keeping dirt, and by dirt I mean food dirt and digestive dirt, out of the bloodstream at the digestive system level. Angela, we got a guest coming up in the bottom of the hour. If you could call back tomorrow, I'll give you some more information, and thank you so much for the kind words about the Truth Treatment products. I apologize, I just got to cut you off because we got a guest coming up. By the way, truthtreatments.com if you're interested in purchasing the retinol gel. We're talking to the mother of probiotics, Natasha Trenev, coming up next. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We are we're going to be talking to the mother of the probiotic industry, the mother of probiotics, as she calls herself. Natasha Trenev has been studying probiotics for many years. She's got a book out, Probiotics, Nature's Internal Healers. I went to UCLA in 1970, studied probiotics for, it says here, a decade of research led to her developing her first method for producing an effective and scientifically validated strain of bacteria. One thing people don't realize is that probiotics are living. They're not supplements like vitamin C, as important as vitamins and minerals are. These things are living creatures, living entities, and that makes probiotics a little bit trickier than ordinary supplements. We're going to talk to Natasha Trenev about that. Greetings, Natasha. Welcome to The Bright Side.
Good morning. May I call you Dr. Ben?
No, because I'm not a doctor. You can call me Pharmacist Ben.
Okay.
you can call me Ben or Pharmacist Ben. Just call me Ben. That's great. And you're a PhD, or are you?
No, I'm not a PhD. I'm a self-taught microbiologist. But and I'd like to say that it was the industry that dubbed me the mother of probiotics. I didn't choose that illustrious title for myself.
Okay, good. It's pretty illustrious and it's pretty big. You know, when I started talking about probiotics, we learned about them in pharmacy school. I started talking about probiotics in the 1980s, believe it or not. Nobody had any idea what I was talking about. These days, you see them on television. You see probiotics advertised on television. And the reason is, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, is because the stuff is so darn effective. It doesn't.
Effective, but it is, if I may say, rocket science. I've dedicated 45 years of my life to this, and I introduced the category of probiotics to the natural health industry or the dietary supplement industry in the late 1970s, early 1980s, and people, as you say, didn't know I didn't have a clue of what I was talking about. At that time, the only thing we had was acidophilus and sort of worthless yogurt pills as supplements that were feigning to be probiotics. But, my family was the first to introduce a liquid acidophilus to this country in the mid-1960s, and I worked with such greats as Del Davis and Gaylord Hauser and Art Jensen.
You knew Adele? You knew Del Davis?
I knew her very well.
Wow, she was my first nutritionist back in the day. Was Adele Davis?
Yeah, Adele Davis gave a lecture at the Ambassador Hotel, and when we were still selling Continental Liquid Acidophilus, and we had so many people at our booth after she mentioned how important acidophilus was that they called the fire department on us because nobody could get through the aisles.
Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah, Let's Eat Right to Keep Fit. That was the first book I read on nutrition.
She was a wonderful human being, I can tell you that.
Wow. Yeah, she's been gone for a long time, 40 years.
Yeah, I was I think in university when I first met her, and actually gave her all of my translated articles that I got from the Academy of Sciences. At that time, it was Leningrad, and shared my first research with her, and she was delighted to have it. And she was such a humble lady.
That's a great story. So what's the one thing you want people to know about probiotics, or the one misunderstanding that people have that you want to clear up?
Well, the biggest misunderstanding is that people think that multiple strains of probiotics mixed in one product is better than controlling which strain you have to target each part of the 27 feet of GI tract.
Interesting.
And and also the second biggest misinformation is that there's such things as shelf-stable probiotics. It is totally incorrect, and the reason I can make these two statements is that I was asked by the industry repeatedly in the 1980s to come up with a labeling standard for probiotics for the industry to show that we were trying to self-regulate. So my first standard was voted on by the entire health food industry, all the retailers, manufacturers, distributors, brokers, educators, etc. And it was passed in 1989. And then it was later read into congressional record in 1994 as part of our attempt to get the SHA passed. And so it's not just me saying this. And what I'm saying is that if anybody knew what the standards were, 80% of those products would be thrown out of the stores.
Interesting. So are you saying that they need to be refrigerated then?
Oh, absolutely. When they talk about shelf-stable, they're talking about controlled laboratory temperature of 72 degrees. And if you ever read any of those labels very carefully, it'll make remarks like refrigerate for best results, or, do not expose to heat, all kinds of warnings, but they're made in 6-point type on the label, which I find very annoying. Because it's not just about selling my probiotics, it's about making sure that this category doesn't get abused so that people get turned off to this, what I call the most important concept for health for the 21st century.
Now, distinguish food probiotics, food-based probiotics from supplements.
Okay, food-based
fermented
probiotics, since my family also introduced natural-style Bulgarian yogurt under the name of Continental Yogurt in the 1960s. Yogurt and other fermented foods are what we call functional foods. In other words, the fermentation process makes all of the nutrients more absorbable and more digestible, but the fermented food does not provide adequate numbers of bacteria to impact the 100 trillion bacteria that line our gut.
Isn't that interesting?
And the reason this has changed over the last 60 years is because we have created superbugs by the abuse of antibiotics, by eating a highly processed, sugary diet. This has changed the composition of our gut, and the normal fermented foods that, let's say, 100 years ago could help us improve our gut flora are no longer sufficient enough to really make that change.
Now, isn't it interesting how we have, I don't know, a quadrillion bacteria in our digestive tracts and throughout our body, something like that probably. Correct me if I'm wrong. How does a probiotic supplement that contains maybe, I don't know, 15 billion units or something like that, which is a fraction of the amount of bacteria that we have in our gut, how does that have an effect on the the population of the bacteria in the gut?
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, we have 100 trillion bacteria lining that 27 feet of GI tract. And we have actually more bacteria than we have human cells. We're actually 90% bacteria and only 10% human cells.
That's interesting, huh? Cell-wise. There's only about 5 pounds, or I don't know, what is it, 5 or 10 pounds, something like that?
Yeah, it's about 3.5 to 4 pounds if you weigh the bacteria because they're microscopic.
Right.
That's why you don't see them. So that's an excellent question. Science has shown, because I've gone through about 5,000 research articles in my life, that, it's about 1 billion or 2 billion healthy microbes that make it through shelf life and your gastric juices that will have an impact on this microflora. And the reason being is that if the bacteria come intact into your small intestine, they can multiply rapidly as well. You can have from one cell growth to 8 billion cells within a couple of hours.
So, in other words, if you take a 10 billion unit supplement, it could be 800 billion or
right. But what the problem is that I call it the numbers game. You'll see these supplements and they'll tell you they've got 50 billion, 100 billion. What they don't tell you is, since the government is not checking, a lot of that potency dies on the shelf. Those organisms are stressed,
that's
and they don't survive stomach acid.
Well, I want to talk about that. We got to take a break. I want to talk about the whole stomach acid thing, empty stomach, full stomach. Hang tight, Natasha, if that's okay. We got to take a break. I'm Pharmacist Ben, talking to the mother of the probiotic industry, Natasha Trenev. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll take a break and be back right after this. Don't go away. All right, we're back on The Bright Side talking to Natasha Trenev, probiotic expert and the author of Probiotics, Nature's Internal Healers. Before we get to this whole digestive stomach acid, empty stomach topic, Natasha, give out your website real quick if people want more information.
Yes, please go to trynaturen.com or call 800-536-4833, and you'll have real people who've worked with the company for 10 or more years that really want to help you.
Okay, good deal. Now, I get this question all the time, and I've talked to manufacturers about this, and some manufacturers say take their product on a full stomach, some say take an empty stomach. What's your take on this?
Okay, well, first of all, let me say that virtually 90% of the products on the market that are called probiotics are not made by the people who sell them. And if you call up their company, they have no research or scientific personnel on their staff. So I can only tell you how it's best to take our product. Our products have delivery systems. The most advanced delivery system, I would say, in the world today is the oil matrix we have in the Healthy Trinity that's been tested by a German institute to survive stomach acid at 1.8 for over an hour.
So you can take the product. You can't take the product with food.
Over an hour.
I'm sorry.
So that's what matters. So that product you can take with or without food, and so that I can say that safely. Now, the products that have our supernatant, which is the original growth medium, is a buffer, and it will survive very well even below 3-point pH. And so, both of our products, I recommend the powdered products or the powdered capsule products you take slightly before a light meal. People don't eat heavy meals anymore. Or you can take it, 2 hours after an antibiotic, all of our products. So the people who say that you have to take it with a meal, it's because they have absolutely no protection for the bacterial cells. They just have carriers like maltodextrin or cellulose, and that provides zero protection for the bacteria. So they take a chance in telling you to take it with food, so hoping that some bacteria will survive while the food is being digested and transported into the small intestine.
Interesting. Now, how about using other supplements with the probiotics? Is there anything else you could use with the probiotics to help improve the absorption or the way the body utilizes the bacteria?
No, I don't approve of anything. I mean, you can take your regular vitamins, but I wouldn't take anything that has antimicrobial properties along with the probiotics, such as medicinal herbs or anything that, any of the oregano oils or peppermint oils, et cetera, that could be damaging the bacteria. But, your B vitamins or your multiple vitamins, that's perfectly fine, and even your minerals are perfectly fine to take with the probiotics.
What about supporting the implantation and growth of the bacteria, i.e. prebiotics?
Okay, well, great question. Prebiotics, so that everybody understands, are indigestible sugars. And depending on how long the sugar molecule is how, indigestible it is. But usually anything that has 3 molecules or more is indigestible by the body and is utilized. It's what we call a direct feed for the microbes. And the reason I don't like prebiotics along with the probiotics, because one, it's just put in there as a carrier. And so if this particular prebiotic is not desired by the bacteria that you're selling with it, it's going to be attacked by other bacteria in your gut. So you're taking a chance that now you're introducing a probiotic organism, but with food that not necessarily will utilized by the bacteria. And so you may be stimulating something else in your gut that you don't want. And that's why I'm very careful when I tell people, look, the reason bacteria need to thrive is if you include the original growth medium, which we call the supernatant, which the bacteria already has produced substances that it needs and wants to survive. Throwing in just prebiotics with a probiotic bacteria that you can't verify that this is exactly the food that this bacteria want is just taking a chance.
So different bacteria have different substrates or different foods that they eat?
Yeah, for instance, I'll give you a great example. There's an organism called Lactobacillus rhamnos, and the reason it's called rhamnos is because it digests this very unusual sugar called, which is a rhamnosus. And which is a rhamnose sugar, I'm sorry. The bacteria is rhamnosus. So therefore, you have specific bacteria that like specific sugars. For instance, fructooligosaccharides are also liked by Klebsiella, which is not such a friendly organism for your health.
Interesting. Does Klebsiella live in the gut under ordinary circumstances?
Yeah, it's found in small numbers.
That's very interesting.
We have, small numbers. Depending on our, environment and what we are exposed to. I mean, we have all kinds of weird organisms that hang out in our body, but are kept under control because of the greater population of other bacteria and our immune system.
So if you're eating a fiber-rich diet and you're eating lots of veggies and drinking your veggie juices and whatever you're doing to get your fiber and prebiotics, how do you know whether you're feeding the wrong bacteria or not?
You don't.
You don't know.
We just know, for instance, why I advocate the diet that you're talking about is that the diet will have an effect on changing the composition of the gut microbiota. Usually if you're doing what you're talking about, eating vegetables and fruits, into a positive change. But what I'm trying to tell you is that even organic vegetables are loaded with microbes today. And most people are ignorant. They don't wash their vegetables and fruits sufficiently. So they keep, every time you eat, breathe, and drink, you're loading your body with bacteria. The question is, do you have enough of the right bacteria to counteract that, which you're ingesting on a daily basis?
Well, I think that's a very important question, is are there natural checks and balances in the gut and in the body that you can leverage?
Well, the natural checks and balances is that, number one, we've changed the composition of our gut for the last 60 years. And we know that you have to supplement and target specifically bacteria for the small intestine, the large intestine, and the transient flora. That I know for sure because, like I said, I've spent 45 years investigating this. And you have to know exactly what you're adding to your diet. It's no longer just throwing darts at a board because the external environment has changed dramatically. You really have to know this science like you do the science of your iPhone, because if you learn the science of your gut, you'll probably eliminate 90% chance of getting a disease.
That's great advice. I want to talk about leaky gut syndrome. I want to talk about brain health and brain fog issues, as well as constipation, diarrhea, and other digestive problems. We're going to run out of time, though. Real quick, give out your website and the phone number again, and then people can buy the book on Amazon, Probiotics, Nature's Internal Healers.
Yes, and they can call our company directly and get it. We sometimes offer offers where if they buy the product, they'll get the book for free. So we try to, our primary reason for existence is to educate people, and probiotics is all we do. We actually formulate and manufacture our own products, and I personally research every product that we make.
And you're out of Florida? You're doing this in Florida?
No, we're in Westlake Village, California.
Okay,
right
and the factory's
in biotechnology corridor.
Where is that? Southern California?
Yes, Southern California, yes. Okay. We're right here down the street from Amgen and Baxter.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I got so much I want to talk to you about. Can we have you on? We'll have you on back on. Is that okay? Because there's tons of stuff.
I'd love to be, but let me just give them the website. It's Trinatren, spell NATREN.com, and please call 800-536-4833.
Do you go out to supply side? Are you going to be in Las Vegas by any chance?
No, I don't go to supply side, but I do go to Expo West. I don't always go to Expo East. I don't know if I'm going to go this year, but I'm usually at Expo West, which I helped to start, by the way.
Is that right? Do you know the New
Doug
Hope
Green,
people?
Who's the founder of
Doug Green?
West, was my friend, and he needed my help, and that's another long story.
That's a great story. Doug is from, Doug used to use my skincare products, and I used to hang out with Doug in New Hope back in the 1980s, believe it or
goodness.
not. Can you imagine that? Nobody knew anything about health back then. Dr. Natasha Trenev, author of Probiotics, Nature's Internal Healers, and Trinatren.com. Is her website, the mother of probiotics. There's so much to talk about when it comes to bacteria and probiotics. And like you say, there's a lot of misunderstandings and non-understandings about this very important health subject.
Right, and the thing is that nobody's ever challenged me on the science. I've never gone into this business just for the money. It was a passion of mine, and I inherited this from a family who goes back 700 years in this business.
Oh, wow.
And so it's not just a marketing or a business idea for me.
Hey, Natasha, we're out of time, but can I get you to hang on the line just a moment? I want to talk to you off air. Can you just hang on?
Absolutely.
Okay, hang on. Thank you. That was Natasha Trenev, mother of probiotics, Trinatren.com. Check out her website, and her book is Probiotics, Nature's Internal Healers. You guys know, if you've listened to this program, you know that I absolutely love probiotics as nutritional supplements for all kinds of things. It's the foundation of health, the good bacteria in the gut. Thanks for listening, friends. Tomorrow we'll continue talking skin health, hyaluronic acid, and skin exercise. Have yourselves a spectacular, beautiful day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. Shield. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. All over America, people are suffering from issues related to angina pain, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, irregular heartbeat, clogged arteries, and high cholesterol. Can you live your life free from sickness, pain, and fear, and experience your body's healing itself? Look to Heart and Body Extract, an all-natural supplement that aids ailing bodies. It is an exclusive formula of wild-crafted and organic herbs. End the pain without all the side effects of prescription drugs. People 20 years younger will envy your vitality. Want a happier, healthier you? Then go to heartandbody.com or call toll-free 866-295-5305 for free information. Heart and Body Extract offers a lifetime guarantee with no price increase in over 14 years. What are you waiting for? Call Heart and Body now at 866-295-5305 for your free information, or go to heartandbody.com. Distributor inquiries are welcome.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
In an unpredictable world, it's good to know you are in control of food, your greatest dependency. Go Foods are storable for 25 years, quick fix, non-GMO, kosher, health store quality food at discount store prices delivered to your door. Go Foods is there when you need it most. Feed Your Free to Package is available with up to 3 months of food for free. Call Go Foods at 1-800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of Ionic Silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
More and more people are discovering the incredible benefits of alkalizing the body, and there's no better product for it than AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops. Packed with a powerful combination of the most alkaline minerals and compounds, just a few drops in water will rid your body of harmful waste and give you more vibrance and vigor than you've had in years. Now buy 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the 4th largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. All over America, people are suffering from issues related to angina pain, high blood pressure, congestive heart failure, irregular heartbeat, clogged arteries, and high cholesterol. Can you live your life free from sickness, pain, and fear, and experience your body's healing itself? Look to Heart and Body Extract, an all-natural supplement that aids ailing bodies. It is an exclusive formula of wild-crafted and organic herbs. End the pain without all the side effects of prescription drugs. People 20 years younger will envy your vitality. Want a happier, healthier you? Then go to heartandbody.com or call toll-free 866-295-5305 for free information. Heart and Body Extract offers a lifetime guarantee with no price increase in over 14 years. What are you waiting for? Call Heart and Body now at 866-295-5305 for your free information, or go to heartandbody.com. Distributor inquiries are welcome.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.